Let's start the first topic of Polity and Governance of the October month current affairs. So, the first topic is digitalization of land records in India. So, here the phrase digitalization of land records in simple terms means the transfer of the paper based land records into the digital database. We can also simply call it as the computerization of land records. Okay, so this topic is in news because recently the central government asked all the state governments to install local servers and internet speed in the sub-registrar offices. So the central government is actually planning to implement the online registration process under the Digital India Land Records Modernization Program, DILRMP. So this scheme was actually launched in the year 2016 and under Union Ministry of Rural Development. And the three main components of this scheme are: first is to store land records digitally, and the second component is to make registration process digital, and the third one is surveying or resurveying of land. And here, coming to the objectives of DILRMP, that is Digital India Land Records Modernization Program, the major important objectives are two. One is to come up with the updated land records so that all land records are up to date and can reduce all the land related disputes. So in India, many of the cases are related to land disputes. So if those lands are digitalized, the problems and many disputes can be solved. So this objective is that one. And the next objective is the land records registration or changes can be made automatically without any delay. So we can see one of the this registration offices is one of the most corrupted offices. So this can be reduced and the registration process is also made transparent. So these are the major two objectives. One is to come up with the updated land records so that all land records are up to date and can reduce major land related disputes. And the second objective is the land records registration or changes can be done automatically without any delay. Okay, now here look at this box here. How is land ownership recognized in India? So generally, land ownership is recognized through the land records or the land documents, or through registered land sale document, or through survey documents, or through property tax receipts. So this is how the land ownership is recognized in India. Now look here in this box. At the present, the current status of digitalization of land records are: first is the digitalization of land records are completed for 94% of villages. So for all overall in the country, 94% of villages has completed digitalization of land records. And the second is almost around 29 states and union territories displayed records of rights on web, and 75.78 of sub-registrar offices, 75.78 of land records and property registration has completed in the sub-registrar offices, and 70.41 of real estate boundaries map related have been digitalized, and 60.67% of villages has textual integration and geographic integration completed. So these are the data of digitalization of land records till date. Now we will know about the importance of digitalization of land records. So the first point is the digitalization of land records can ease the loan process and other credit delivery. Next is it improves transparency and reduces the land related disputes. And when infrastructure projects are constructed like dams, bridges, etc., land acquisition process, rehabilitation to the people, and other compensation claims of the land can be settled easily. Okay, in within a very short period of time, these issues can be solved. For example, when the government plans to build any infrastructure project like dam in your village, the government can easily know the details of the landowner for acquisition of land for infrastructure purposes, and the landowner can get easy rehabilitation settlement for his land acquisition. So the digitalization of land records is helpful like this. And the next is, it will be easy to effectively implement environmental protection, land use planning, resource management, etc. And the binami lands and binami transactions can be identified easily. Welfare schemes like agricultural subsidies, grants, crop insurance, etc., can also be implemented efficiently. So now, so these are all the importance of digitalization of land records. But still, when it comes to the ground level, in the implementation process, there are many challenges which they are facing. So some of the challenges are, first is legacy issues. So the textual land records are not correctly converted into digital records, especially the old land documents. And second is the staff who are working over here lack appropriate skills for process of digitalization of land records. So they have to correct the documents, they have to survey, resurvey, check whether it is correct or not. All those should be analyzed and should be stored in online. So all this requires proper skills, so better training should be given for them. So they are not trained and they are directly going to the implementation process. So this due to lack of training or due to lack of appropriate skills, the process of digitalization is getting ineffective day by day. And next is, for the accurate data, land records data, both surveying department and revenue department should work in coordination, but there is lack of coordination. And there are several old land records which are not traceable, and this might be difficult for the poor and vulnerable sections of the society. So poor people cannot afford to go to the online to go to the registrar process office and get those lands digitalized. And on the other side, many people might not be aware of this digitalization of land records. So due to that, this process will get delayed. So this is one of the challenge. And the next is, there is a greater risk of cyber attacks and data thefts. So when land records are transferred into digital system, there is like security issues, like if the data online which is online can be changed, and security management should also be very strong. So there are some issues regarding those. And there are also some trust issues, like manipulation of land records digitally and some corrupt practices also. And next is, there are also some technical issues like absence of internet connectivity, lack of technical staffs, all these. So all these are some of the challenges which are generally faced during the digitalization of land records. So the measures which were taken by the government to reduce such issues are: the first is National Generic Document Registration System, NGDRS. So this is the advanced software application for registration system, and it was developed by NIC. NIC is the National Informatics Center. The next is the Unique Land Parcel Identification Number System. So same like we have Aadhaar card number, even the land parcels will also have the PIN number, that is 14 digits PIN number for every plot. And next is Bhunaksha. Bhunaksha is the digital real estate boundary mapping solution. And next is Swamitva scheme. Swamitva is survey of villages, abadi, and mapping with improvised technology in village areas. So this provides surveying of in rural areas through drone by using the drone technology, and provides land records to the poor people and rural people. Next is land records with will uh, will be translated into 22 languages which are recognized by the constitution. So recently in Karnataka, Bhumi project is initiated, and in Telangana, Dharani project was being initiated for digitalization of land records. So these are all some of the government initiatives which were taken to promote the digitalization. Next, coming to the way forward. So here, government employees must be given proper training programs to enhance their skills. Generally, they have to do to improve efficiency. And the next is the land records must be stored digitally by implementing security management systems. And surveying and mapping should be undertaken at large scale for efficient land records. Better infrastructure should be given to all the registration offices with high internet speed and all the infrastructures whichever is necessary. And the old records or the land records which were lost should be updated in order to decrease the burden of the poor and disadvantaged sections of the society. Generally, these land records will be present in rural areas or remote areas or tribal areas. So for them, assistance should be given. So all these are the steps which should be taken by the government in order to effectively implement the digitalization of land records.